Definitely.
Yes. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the start of a BookTube Veda, where we will attempt to not go insane while posting.
I feel like that is actually a better option than like attempt to do a video every day.
Right. Yeah.
That's more attainable.
How much can we do while balancing?
Not go insane while putting up a video every day.
I mean, if my sanity has to, if it has to be my sanity or putting up a video every day, I am going to follow Simone Biles' example.
Oh, I was going to not and still put up a video every day.
Unfortunately, I do need my mental health to be functional for me to actually be able to do my day job. So,
me too. Fair. But we will talk about how we feel about this month, and then we'll, when we do our closing one, we'll say like, remember how we felt on the first? Because it's never the same. No. But most of these faces you've seen before, but we're gonna introduce anyways, and so introduce you, your channel, and your favorite book that you've read so far in 2021.
Oh, that's hard.
Because we're gonna do video conversations later. I don't want to spoil that part.
Wow.
I know my favorite book. I can go first.
Margaret can go first.
Okay. Hi, I'm Margaret. I'm over at the channel The Word Nerd. I read a lot of fantasy and contemporary romance apparently now. That's new this year, but mostly it's fantasy, science fiction, a lot of YA, and a lot of gushing about romances or are complaining that there is not enough kissing in the book. My favorite book that is a new book to me, that's not a reread, has so far been Legendborn by Tracy Deonn.
Damn it, I was going to say that.
It's that good.
Like, was one of the first books that you read this year.
Yes,
I
finished that book January 30th or 31st or something, like the last Saturday of January, and it is still that good. I'm reading one that, depending on how it ends, may end up being my favorite book of the year.
Ooh.
But I didn't want to finish it today because I have a feeling it's going to end badly. And I was like, I can't risk the lack of productivity that would end in if this is because it's gonna be a cliffhanger. It's gonna be a cliffhanger.
I love that so much. I love that. Hello, Jessica. Welcome.
Hi, Jessica.
Jessica is also doing BookTube Beta. She's doing a video every weekday.
That was a more manageable goal.
Smart, and I should have done that.
Not yet.
Technically not too late. All right, who's next?
I mean, technically.
I'll go next, I guess. I can go next. So I'm Rye. I'm from Rye's Reading Corner. I enjoy a lot of fantasy, thrillers, and anything that has queer rep in it. That's what I literally have bookshelves just dedicated to books that have queer rep in it. So that's my new bookshelf things. I would say my favorite two books are The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I read for the first time this year. And then Six of Crows, which is where I'm rocking my Ketterdam sweatshirt today. So those two books are uptied for first place, probably.
We're going to get along.
Perfect. Yeah, I know. Anyone who likes Six of Crows is good in my book. Well, are we supposed to do our favorite book of all time or just favorite book of the year?
Well, those two I read from this year. Okay. I've both read those ones this year.
You say that to the top 2021.
Yeah,
you are living your best life, right?
I am. I'm like, I don't know how anything could top those two books. Like, I just don't think it could ever happen.
I fully understand that and support that.
I think all of us are just looking for a book that will be as good as Six of Crows.
I mean,
in 7 years and nothing.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. That's not even one of my, like, it is one of my favorite books of all time, but like not my favorite book. And it's still like, yes, that book. Like nobody, not even my favorite book was truly able to top Six of Crows.
Yeah, it's just like objectively, that's it.
That's
it.
My favorite book is not the strongest book in the series, number one. So like,
right.
That was my problem I had is picking a book that, for reasons, when I had to pick favorite books, I was like, oh, they're all like number 3 in a series.
Mine is reason. I don't care. Saying it. So that's why I say the lightning speaks so often. like, because it's not my favorite, but I mean, I love it, but it's not my favorite in this, like, of the two series. But that's where people need to start. So I will say The Lightning Thief, but really it's The Mark of Athena.
Fair enough. Christine, introduce
Hi,
yourself.
I'm Christine. That's my name. I'm from the other Christine that reads. And my favorite book that I've read this year was either probably Legendborn or In the Ravenous Dark by A.M. Strickland. Brianna's like, yeah. Because it has queer polyrep and I am walking queer poly. No, I'm kidding. But I love that. So it made me happy. Oh, most important part of my channel. 1 second.
Like, you literally cannot be on Christine's channel without seeing these dogs.
This is the most important part of my channel. Her name is Cassie.
Hi, Cassie.
I feel like I need to
I
go
love
get
that
my
her
dog
ears
now.
are not forward anymore.
Oh yeah, she has actual ears now. She also
Actual
has
ears.
good muscles, a hot butt. But a hot
Okay.
butt.
So I saw a golden puppy today that I was like, ooh, Christine would like that. Like, she would like, yes, that's a good breed, good line.
Meanwhile, Sam over there in the corner is like, I think possibly asleep.
Yeah, I don't know. He's not even laying down either. Like, he's kind of sitting up, and like his paws might be, I think are like on the desk, and like holding his butt up here, and he's just like, I'm asleep now. It's fine.
Aw.
Yeah. Well, hello, Bree. Would you like to formally introduce yourself?
My name is Bree. My channel is right there, Bree Bear McKay. I read a lot of different books, all the genres, except memoir type. I'd rather read like a regular history type book than a memoir. That's the only thing I don't really like. So
Same. People are so boring. Why would I want to read about their lives?
If I'm reading a memoir, it's got something juicy in it.
If I read a memoir, it best be from Cassie.
like I'd rather just read a biography or not a biography than
Somebody else writing about it. Yeah.
There are a few memoirs that I have liked.
than like this one random moment in their life. Like I'd rather it be their whole life and like
definitely
what shaped them as a whole rather than just this one thing that like shaped them for like a second.
This is why all the bullies at school were wrong and ugly.
This is Sam. He's his face is hiding now. But let's see. Favorite book. I don't do favorites, so let's see. I'm gonna cheat and go with Wayward Children because I've read every book in the Wayward Children except for Across the Green Grass Fields this year. And that one I just bought, so now that's gonna happen. But yeah, I read all of them this year, so I'm gonna cheat and I'm gonna go with 5 books instead of 1.
Good. The series is always good.
I think I read almost that entire series last year, and now I'm just waiting for Net Valley to approve me for the new one.
Yeah.
Unpopular opinion, I hated the first book.
The first and second book are literally my least favorite books. I almost stopped reading afterwards, but then Beneath the Sugar Sky is like my favorite.
Oh, I love that one. The newest one's my least favorite.
Well, okay, now the newest one is my least favorite. I kind of hate that one.
Yeah, I gave it 3. I think I gave it like 3 stars. I was so like, it was one of like my most anticipated books, and then I was like, oh, this is it.
Yeah.
I was
So what I'm hearing is
it was only like 120 pages.
Yeah, it just didn't feel like the same book. Like it didn't like the world building that I love so much in a short amount of. And I'm not a short book like. Those aren't books I generally like, but those are the only ones I really like. And I was like, I feel like there was like something missing from it for me. Like just didn't live up to the level of the other ones. But
yeah, but Beneath the Sugar Sky, I think was my favorite.
That's my favorite too.
Yeah, that one and which one is it? Not Come Tumbling Down, the one before it.
In an Absent Dream, that was my other favorite.
Yeah.
That one had a very different vibe.
I love London so much.
Mm-hmm.
I read the first one and stopped.
Yeah, no. Well, and that was the thing. Like, I read the first one, I gave it like 3 stars, and I was like, "Why is everyone just like hyping these books up? Everyone says, what did I miss?" And I was like, "Okay, that's." some friends of mine were like, okay, well, if you don't like the first one, you'll definitely like the second one. That one's like, and I was like, and I read that one, gave it 3 stars, and I'm like, one, and it took me probably 8 months to read the rest of them.
Oh, I just gave up. I was like,
The second one is probably my least favorite. But like now that we've had Come Tumbling Down, I like it more.
Yeah.
Looking back on it, I like it more. But like it bugged me that we went from one thing to like jumping way back in getting like because the whole book was really just about a backstory. Was really weird. So that was not my favorite choice. But like I get why she needed to do it for the building of when you get to like further in their thing. But still, like it was probably my least favorite.
So, for fairness, my favorite books that I read this year, I'm gonna pick 2. One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston, or Six of Crows.
Why do we all have such good taste?
I know. It's like we're friends or something.
I know.
If I had read Six of Crows this year, it would be my favorite book of the year. Like, I just know that.
Wait, you have read it before, though?
Right? I have read it.
Okay.
But I can't say it was my favorite book of the year because I read it like 3 years. Well, I am planning on rereading it this year, but like, I try not to do rereads in my favorites.
There you go. Yeah. No, I don't either. I'm currently reading Crooked Kingdom, and then I'm going to start King of Scars.
Crooked Kingdom made me cry. I was getting my nails done too, so I was like crying in public, and it was.
I haven't yet, but I'm only like 150 pages in.
Oh, so. It was awful.
There's a vlog out there of me just like, why?
Anyways, okay, so how do we all feel on day 1 of BookTube beta?
I am behind already.
I'm tired already.
So physically, I feel like I'm dying. Emotionally, about BookTube beta, I feel pretty set because I have
because Christina's a powerhouse and is already like what 5 videos in,
8 videos scheduled, and then 1 in editing, so a 9th, and then the 10th filmed and just needs editing.
That's so impressive.
Thank you.
That's so impressive.
I'm definitely stressing because I was not going to do it this year. So I did it last year, and then I found out I was pregnant at the end and like super sick. So I had to like stop like at the end. And then I did some first like, are you going to do Veda again? I was like,
Well, sure, the reason that I asked you was because in April, when I asked everybody, like, hey, are you guys up for an April Veda? And you were like, oh, I'm due that month, but I'm definitely doing it in August.
Yeah. And so here I am. Like, I have nothing. I have some things planned, but I'm also hosting a readathon these first 2 weeks. So things are kind of crazy. But I'm just going to go.
Daily vlog it. Just daily
all of the baby?
What?
All of the baby?
Oh, I have 2 kids.
2? 2 humans?
I do, and I'm teaching summer school. So.
Will you call me a powerhouse, Margaret? I take my title away. Give it to Rye.
You're like, I just work 40 hours a week.
Yeah, I just work and tell my dogs to fuck off when I'm annoyed at them. So like.
So we're going to go with the flow. For me, my goal is just to do as much, like post as much as I can. Like that's my goal, is just to post more than I typically would. So I'm going to obviously aim for like every day, but like I just want to post more. Like that's my goal, and try some new things out maybe. So
that was the big thing that I wanted to focus on this time around was that like if you don't do 31 videos, you're still a powerhouse. Yeah. Who put out way more videos than you normally do in a month.
Yeah.
So it's more just like a focus on your channel rather than a like.
Yeah.
This is Camp NaNoWriMo. It's not NaNoWriMo.
I get that, and it's also like you improved your watch hours probably. Yeah. Like your watch hours are counted for 12 months, right? So helping yourself out.
Exactly.
And definitely last year, my number, like everything increased last year. So that's my mind take on it. But I'm going to try. I did some bulk recording yesterday. So we'll see.
Yours is the mentally healthy take.
I have to, or I'm gonna lose my mind. My brother's getting married this month too, so
Oh yeah.
it's kind of
Oh my
crazy.
God.
Yeah.
It's a big year for you. Damn.
And that's like the important thing is to not go into a slump, because I have a tendency. Obviously, April was a whole other conference like that.
Yeah.
I didn't film in May for a reason, but like August, I think I went into like a huge creative slump in September.
Mhm.
So I have some stuff that I'm doing this month, which like this might be crazy, but they're like month-long stuff that they won't even premiere until the end of the month and or September. So I'm hoping that kind of like is like a springboard for me to like continue going into September.
I like
Yeah, my goal is to like keep editing through so that I have like throughout August, so that I have September videos like already scheduled and stuff and like or started, so I can at least take some time off.
That's good.
That would be nice.
That would, yeah.
that.
Jessica has 8 filmed and working
That's
on
awesome.
editing today. That's so great.
I'm on vacation the last week of August, so my goal is to like make sure I don't have to do anything for that. And then if I have to work a bit harder at the beginning of September, that's fine, because I'd rather just like really enjoy my vacation and just do fun vlogs with Sarah while she's here.
So that'll be really fun.
That makes sense.
Fun.
Yeah, I have 13 fully filmed. 2 of those are edited. One of them is the one that went up today, and then I have 3 partially filmed as well that I need to do the other part for it. So the main thing that I need to focus on is editing.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I wanted to focus on filming as much as possible because since I work at a daycare, I can edit during nap time.
Right.
I have that time where I can, as long as, especially if all the kids are asleep, that makes it even easier
I
to
was gonna say, what do you do if they don't sleep? Do you just like make them?
They have to lay there quietly. I don't force them to sleep, but they do have to lay there quietly and not disturb their friends because it's rest time. So at least if they're resting, I'm okay.
And you get melatonin, and you get melatonin, and you get melatonin.
As long as they're being quiet and they're, doing some relaxing, chilling out for a while, I'm cool. You don't have to actually be asleep, but if you're making noise, then I'm going to get on to you. But
Theoretically, me as a kid would have sat there with a book, like.
Yeah.
I feel like that is how my mother approached that as well.
Yeah. But,
I was the kid that screamed and fought and was like, I will never go to sleep, mother. And then I fell asleep in like 3 seconds.
Yeah. They will not win. Again,
They are all the children that do. Like, I've
all they
never met a
want.
child that doesn't do that.
I had a kid that she used to, when she first moved into my room, and she's still in my class now and she does better now, but when she first moved in there, she would just sit there and cry on her cot because she didn't want to go to sleep. And I'm like, you're not going to win.
You're not gonna.
Did you say that to her?
Yeah. I tell her that
Good.
all the time when
Good. Listen, child.
all the time when they
I
think
am a
it's
veteran of the daycare nap wars of
you
2007.
can try all you
will
want,
not
but
fuck
your
with
fit
me.
does not win. Like, I'm sorry, but you're wasting your time.
You're
You're not going to win
stupid.
here. You're wasting your energy. You could be just
You could be chilling.
Yeah, you could be hanging out and just being quiet. Or like if they get in trouble and then they start to throw a fit, I'm like, you're not going to get out of your timeout. Like you could get out of your timeout quicker if you would suck it up and sit there for your 3 minutes. Like you're not
For them, 3 minutes is like the end of the world.
I know. It's like, sometimes I'm just like, why are you trying this? It doesn't, like, it makes it worse. You have to sit here for however long it takes you to dry it up, and then your 3 minutes.
And then the 3 minutes start. Yeah.
Why you do this to yourself?
Oh, Brie, I love you. Can you manage my life sometime? Like Christine,
Seems like
you're on timeout until you promise not to eat another fucking Rice Krispie square. All right? All right?
Margaret, how are you feeling about Beta so far?
I mean, so I'm a little overwhelmed a little bit. Like
why? You have 12 vlogs.
That's why. So I have like all of my July and June vlogs that are going out this month, plus the August vlogs that I'll film. And I officially have my first 9 days filmed, or like obviously the sprints are going to be scheduled, like that'll be live. But I haven't edited anything. Like I literally finished editing my August TBR this morning. I did the rough edit last night and August TBR got edited this morning. So I'm going to have to edit tomorrow's video today. And I'm still trying to finish that insurance course that I have. Like I'm almost at the end and I'm just like, it's fine. It's okay. The good news is that like my July wrap up, I only read 6 books. So it's going to be shorter than last month's wrap up. So
I read 14 books, I think.
Shit, that's awesome.
I'm glad I did it.
Thank you, Ultron.
Who's that?
The last 2 months, I've not read very much, but like I don't even remember. I think, collectively, I don't think I even read 10 books between the last 2 months. Like it's just
you've been a little busy.
Yeah, it's been a little crazy, but
just a bit.
It'll be fine.
Okay, so Margaret and I have done this now going on. This is our 3rd time.
Mm-hmm.
Christine and Rye this is now their 2nd time.
Mm-hmm.
And Bree, this is her 1st time. Bree gets to be the baby this time.
Last time I was baby.
This was right. Christine was last time. Christine was like,
No.
I think the conversation went something like, "Hey, Christine, you should do Veda with me."
Yeah, like
Okay.
March 15th, and I was like, all right.
I think we were actually on a live show or something when we determined that because like I remember that moment where you're like, hey, you could do it with us if you'd like.
It's something like that, yeah. And you're like, I think I could do that.
I got 17 done. That's like more than half of April. So
Yeah. I think I got 15 done last month.
I feel like that's stellar though, because when do you ever release 15 videos in a month?
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So for those of you that have done it before, what are you learning from your previous times that you will do differently this time?
Nothing.
Nothing. I will do nothing different.
I know I have learned nothing. Like I have plans to do things differently. But apparently I've learned nothing.
Well, like, I mean, we did learn, like, that's why VedaCon became a thing that existed, because we learned that, like, the pressure is we're better when we can do it together.
But did I edit any of that? Are any of those scheduled? No.
I mean, I haven't edited any of them either. Maybe, like, one, but they're all filmed, which for me is the hardest part.
Yeah.
Same.
Because I actually like have to A, have the house to myself, B, like make sure that everything is like set up. If I have not, I don't script videos, but I do like kind of have an idea of where things are going.
Yeah.
Editing I can do on my couch at midnight if I need to.
So I took a lesson from Margaret and Brianna from VedaCon, and I'm taking it to heart because last time what screwed me up is I have my ideas, and if I like can't get, I'm very like this, like I could never do tests out of order. I have to do everything in order. So I have my like schedule up, and I was struggling so long because the next item on my list was August 7th, A Sound of Stars review, and I just didn't fucking want to film it at all. So I listened to Margaret and Brianna and I was like, nope, and moved on to my dumb reviews of Legendborn video. And I was like, wow, that was easy. Great. And so
I love it.
That's been a big help.
It's like the DNF of video filming.
Yeah, I was like, nobody needs to hear my opinion on this. Goodbye.
But it's not even that, like, I mean, you might a week later be like, you know what, I actually really want to talk about the Sunstars now.
Yeah,
and
I might.
Like, you can go back and do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I have that calendar filled out of videos that I like, every video that I have planned to do this month. But then I also have a running list of videos that like either didn't fit into the 31 days or like things that I thought of after I had already made it. So if I get to a day where I'm like, I do not want to film this, whatever it is that's scheduled, I'll just pull from that list. Whereas in the past, I like would same thing. You feel paralyzed and you're like, well, but I have to put it out because I A, don't have any other ideas, or B, like it's scheduled. That's what I have to do.
Right.
Yeah.
We're killing it.
We are, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm definitely the most confident of any month.
Same.
This time.
Out of my 2 times, this is the most confident of the 2.
Well, you had more than 2
I mean,
weeks
the
to prep.
same.
You were also prepping for this. Like, I feel like it was like May 1st, and you were like, "We're doing beta in August, right? Okay, because I'm gonna start making videos."
I did. I
was like, Jesus
nice
Christ.
But I didn't film anything for it until July because I remember one time I was like, should I save this for beta or should I post it now? And you guys were like, post it now. And I was like, okay. And then every time I thought that to myself, I was like, they said you post things now. And so until July. In July, I posted one video and then just had 3 live streams and just saved everything for August. So
yeah. I think me having a set schedule the prior months has helped because I think I've been doing it since May, end of May. And so June and July, I did Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. And so if it didn't fit in Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, guess what? It became an August video.
perfect.
That's how we're doing. That's what Veda is doing for me. We're getting out a lot of stuff that needed to that's why all my vlogs are going out. I'm like, you know what? All of it's going out this month because I haven't had space because I'm only doing 2 videos a week right now.
Right.
I will say I am feeling much more confident going into this one purely because I have a better editing program than I have previously. So knowing that I'm not going to have to fight that.
Huge.
It's huge. And I haven't planned any stuff that's really big as far as special effects go. I'm using very nothing is requiring a lot of finagling, so I can use this as my learning curve for Premiere Pro and be today I learned how to put over image inlays and text into Premiere Pro for today's video, but that was easy stuff to learn. So that's the most I need for most of my videos.
Nice.
Right. Very good. Jessica has never done Veda, but they did Advent last December. So you have a little bit of a.
There you go.
There's a lot of people that do Bookmas or Vlogmas or whatever.
I did 12 Days of Margaret starting on my birthday.
I love that. I think I tried to do Vlogmas one year and it lasted 6 days. My life is not interesting enough to vlog every day.
I'd love to do a video every day thing, a 3rd month a year, just purely for the challenge because I do challenges and creating artificial goals for myself. But I don't celebrate Christmas, so calling anything Vlogmas seems really
You could do the 12 Days of Margaret too.
we could do something in October for Halloween.
Ooh, I could do Halloween. I could do that.
Right.
I don't really celebrate it, but I feel I don't carve a pumpkin and call it a day.
Right. Yeah. You just absolutely could not do that. The problem is with October and December.
Nano.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So you can't prep for Nano if you're trying to put a video out every day. And Vlogmas becomes very difficult because you can't pre-film stuff.
Yeah.
Nano.
And also, I don't celebrate Christmas, so I can't add mass to anything. Come on.
We'll figure
something for you, Christine. We will find something for you.
So we brought home Cassie on December 25th. That's the day she turned 8 weeks old. So that's the day we picked her up.
Cassiemas.
It's Cassmas.
Cassmas.
That works.
I love it.
Also, she'll be 1 on October 30th. So I could do
just do a video every day.
A party, right?
Her birthday and her gotcha day.
The 2 months of Cassie. People don't give a fuck about your dog.
Right.
We are having a party, correct? For Cassie's first birthday. Yes?
Obviously.
Yeah.
We've never done it for Briar, but that's okay.
We can have a party for Briar's birthday too. I just don't know what day that is.
December 16th.
We can have a Doyle and Briar joint birthday.
That's it. Here you go. You go from Cassie and you go, it's Dogmas or Goldenmas. So then you go from Cassie's birthday straight through to Briar's birthday.
And then Doyle. And then when's Sam's birthday?
We don't know.
Aww.
Fair. When Shotzi's?
February 5th.
We've got 3 or 4 months there where we can just annoy people with our dogs.
I'll go from December 5th to February 5th.
Dogmas, let's go.
Rye's gone. Okay.
I can't do that. All right. So Bree, as a first timer, what do you think is going to be your biggest challenge?
probably would be I don't know.
Or what are you more like? What are you apprehensive about?
Yeah, originally I would have said like actually getting the things done, like because the intentions are there, but the actual doing of the things is like because like there have been times where I started doing Vlogmas or I started doing Nano, and then I was doing vlogs for Nano, like that kind of thing, and then I didn't get around to finishing it. But I feel like I don't know. Part of it is like my approach this time. I feel like because I'm doing a lot of like I've done a lot of pre-filming already. Oh, she had to go away.
Because we were talking about dog birthdays.
We have storms here, so my Wi-Fi is like going out. So it might go out, it might go in and out. We've had storms like all morning and now into the afternoon. So
damn,
I know, gotta love it.
I would guess that maybe because I have done a lot of filming so far, that making sure that I'm getting on top of my editing so that I don't, you know, put it off. Because that's one thing I do film videos. I'll have it filmed and then I'll put off editing it because stuff comes up and it's been crazy and then it just doesn't get done. So I guess that I would probably say editing would be where I would have my biggest downfall if I put it off. Then it'll just keep
backing up.
Yeah.
I think that that's so valid because like I think I got 7 or 8 videos filmed last weekend for VedaCon. How many of them have I edited? 2. In a week, because that like in my brain I'm like, okay, well the hard part's done.
That's interesting because I filmed a lot fewer videos, but I have them all edited.
Yeah, I don't like I will bulk edit.
Yeah,
I just haven't sat down to do that. But I need to not do that because it takes forever to export. And my Wi-Fi is slow at home, so it takes 2 hours to upload. So I can't be like, oh, I'll just upload it on the day, or I'll edit it and upload it, and it'll still be fine. It's never gonna happen. So I need
the other way. I bulk film, and then
so do I.
Will tell myself I'm gonna edit, and then I don't,
and then you don't.
Okay, so this is my problem with like I have to do things in order. I'm like film, edit, thumbnail, post, film, edit, thumbnail, post. Like I'm just unless it's a vlog and I'm doing it while I'm doing other stuff. I'm like very like procedural, like
I feel that. I don't think about thumbnails until I've done the video. Like, oh,
I wonder if it's because the way that I write things out in my to-do list, I'm like film videos, and then underneath that it's each video that needs to be filmed, and then edit videos, and then every video that needs to be edited.
Okay, whereas I do the video title and the steps.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like I don't think the same way Christine thinks because of when I was in school. Because I did go to school for film, so I had to have like 75 projects going on.
Right.
Always.
You had to triage.
Yeah, it was constantly like that. So it's just because like, you know, I may have, you know, a project for my editing class, and then I have a project for my field production class, and then I have a project for my capstone class, which we had like 5 projects going on at a time for that, like always. Yeah, plus my practicum stuff, which was like I did a documentary, and I did a we had our group project, which was a commercial type thing, and then we had I had an independent learning thing that I was doing with that, so it was like all these different things going on. So it was like
I was like that with my papers too, so I get what you're saying. Like we have 3 30-page papers. We're gonna write a paragraph of each a day and just keep.
Yeah, it was just like you're working on different parts of each thing. So like my brain works like that. Okay.
Yeah, that's true. I never did videos.
Like I have like on my page, I have a key for what it is, and then on top of the number of the date, I like put the code part, and I do it in pencil so that I can erase it so that it looks cute afterwards.
That's brilliant. The amount of like different organization systems that I have seen this month from people in the Discord group and the stuff that we do. So Jessica was just saying like she has a spread, and she calls it a hot mess. But like if it works in your brain, the hot mess is great.
As long as it functions, then who cares?
I found that I'm really enjoying using Google Calendar because I put whatever's going to go in my description box, I type up in Google Calendar.
That's
so I have to wait until I'm uploading. So that way, like when there's links and like I just got my Amazon affiliate approval. So like now everything has Amazon links, which like, you know, if probably not the greatest, but I'm going to still take whatever I can from Jeff Bezos.
Yeah, that's my thing. Like, it's a way to make money. There is no ethical consumption under capitalism, number one. Number two, like, you can't, like, I can't be blanket, like, no, never do Amazon, number one, because during the pandemic, there were things that I could only get from Amazon because I wasn't going to freaking Walmart.
Right.
And then.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, and I don't, like, yeah, they're, like, both evil, but Walmart's not any better than Amazon.
Yeah, and so like one of those things, like I also recognize that like I try and put as little of my money to Amazon as possible, especially when it comes to books because they are terrible about like compensation to authors. However, I also know that policy changes are what we really need versus like me not spending money at Amazon is not going to stop them from being the powerhouse that they are.
You're not a drop in the bucket, you're a drop in the ocean for Amazon.
Right.
Yeah. And also literally if you use the internet, you're using Amazon Web Services.
Right.
At the end of the day, there's no way you can really get around it.
Yeah.
Like there are too many functions that Amazon has now that
Canada.
And they're more accessible. Like because things are several dollars cheaper.
Yeah.
Than they are. Like books are way cheaper than they are at Barnes & Noble.
If you're
I was going to say they're also for people who live in rural communities. Amazon is one of the only things that will deliver to rural communities.
Yeah.
Well, not if you're in Canada. Like I'm going to just say,
really?
Okay,
they won't deliver.
No, they will. But if you're in Canada and you have a Plum Plus membership to Indigo, you save 10% on every purchase and you get free shipping on anything to anywhere.
Nice.
So
is it still cheaper than
with 10% off? Yeah. And I've done comparisons a lot because when I'm really financially strapped and I like need a book, I will compare across like a few different websites. Right. And Indigo almost always is. The only difference is Amazon, you can buy used books. You can't Indigo. So that's
with Barnes & Noble, even with my 10% discount, it's cheaper on Amazon sometimes.
Mine too.
Not always, but sometimes.
And I don't have
like free shipping and the discount. I find the same thing as Brianna does.
And I don't have a lot of like independent bookstores. Like I have in my area, there's 2 used bookstores and that's it. So like for me, like obviously you can order them online, but it takes, you know, if you need something, you know, it's hard. Yeah. And then Amazon just put up 2 new plants, like 2 warehouses right in my area. One's literally down my street. So we have.
Oh, you have like same day.
Yeah, it's like you literally can get. Yeah, it's huge too. It's like a huge warehouse, so it's nice. But
we have one independent bookstore, I think, that does like new stuff, and the problematic queen that is Mackenzie Lee works there. So,
see, yeah, I will use Amazon for books, but a lot of the time I'm like, you know what? I don't like if it's something that I need right away, like I need it for something, I'll get it from Amazon. But if I don't need it right away, I'll like, you know what? I can wait and I don't mind spending a little bit more money because I know there's more money going to the author when I can.
That's true.
Yeah, in the Nashville area, there's really not a ton of independent bookstores. Like the few that I found are like children's bookstores. Like there was one in the town that I work, and they were moving, so they went out of business several years ago. So the one that was near to me was gone. So now it's
we have one of the biggest bookstores, independent used bookstores in Florida. They closed down because of the pandemic. It's very sad.
Mm-hmm.
In Australia, if you use Amazon, there's deals, which is and they also they also, you get deals at Whole Foods, which in Utah is one of the only like more organic type like grocery stores.
Mhm.
Because we
Right.
only have one Trader Joe's in the entire state.
Wow.
And
That was
it's in literally the worst parking lot in Utah. It's like there's like 6 parking spaces. So like Whole Foods is
Oh,
the only thing.
that's funny. I go to a lot of places where you got 6 parking spaces because I live close to downtown, and they
I
charge you.
hate downtown. It's why I like the suburbs.
I don't like the suburbs or downtown.
That's cool that they get new orders every week, and then special orders. That's always important.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I do have a tag, but before we do the tag, I would like to, like, for those of you that know your schedule for the month, what is the video that you're most excited for people to see this month?
Ooh.
I can't tell you.
My so I have going up my boozy book talk where I talk about Hang the Moon by Alexandria Bellfleur while tipsy is definitely one that I'm very excited for people to see. And then I also have a like shop with me vlog where I take Cassie to Indigo because Indigo's pet friendly.
Mhm.
And I don't film a lot of bookshelves. Like usually Indigo vlogs, I'm like, look at the shelves. I just film Cassie walking around a lot and being fucking cute. And then
That's
I buy
what we
her
want.
a puppuccino. And it's her first puppuccino, and she really likes it.
Oh,
Yeah, so I'm excited for those.
That's
My
good.
God, can you imagine when I finally get my dog? Like, that's all that's gonna. I will be a pup tube channel for who
Excellent.
knows how long.
the word nerd. It's dogs.
So I can't tell you what the theme of the vlog is because number one, it will get me dragged by BookTube because there are people who greatly disagree with me the fact that I am defending this character. Christine, you know who this is. I've mentioned it on Twitter, but like I haven't told anyone I'm doing this vlog, so I kind of want it to be a surprise. But I'm rereading a series and like actually looking at like a character to see whether or not they are as awful as everyone seems to claim they are. And so far, I have not found evidence for that. But like, I'm really excited for it
I
because
know who it is.
I feel like I've done a lot of in-depth analysis and like putting pieces together, and I've got some points. And I'm also going to get yelled at very good by BookTube, so it should be like it might be the one that goes viral. Who knows?
Ooh,
And
viral videos are good.
Good boy.
Okay, but
Like,
why is it that you're actually talking about Star Wars, and why is it Jar Jar?
Do not come for Jar Jar. I love him.
I love Jar Jar.
It's not Star Wars, but not Jar Jar. If I was doing Star Wars, I would be like, oh,
It'd be the
childhood nostalgia, Christine. I haven't watched episode 1 since it was in theaters.
He's annoying, but he's
I love it.
He's like the stupidest but most lovable.
I love
It's
him
like the
so
weirdest
much.
thing. He's like you love but also can't stand him at the same time. It's so
the
weird.
only thing I like about
He's
Jar
such a
Jar is
bastard.
that I feel like if I belonged on any one Star Wars planet, it'd be Naboo because there's lots of swimming opportunities.
Oh my God, I love Naboo.
Right.
Yeah, if I were doing that for Star Wars, I would be going, so this is why Kylo Ren sucks.
Fair.
And this is why Finn is
Fair.
the best boy, which is
Yes, a lot of that. And why Raylo needs to fuck off.
Ooh, that sounds
Jessica
like-
is doing all witchy videos for
That's
the third
really
week.
cool.
Oh, that's gonna be
That's really
so
cool.
cool.
I
That'll be so exciting. Can't wait to see those.
As for me, I don't know if there's a single specific video, but I am going to start doing. There are a lot of different ideas that I've had, but I've just not taken the time to actually do them yet because I'm constantly trying to catch up on recent reads videos or vlogs for readathons. So I'm always doing that. So I just put off all these ideas. So one of them is discussion videos. I'm going to call them troop talk since it's like.
Yeah, can you explain that? Because I saw that on your video today.
Yeah. So basically, since it's Peace Out Bear Scouts and all of that. So I'm going with the whole scout theme. So
Oh,
it's
I love that.
so it's like troop
Oh.
talk.
I like
And
that.
yeah, so I just decided to go with the theme for the name and like kind of like go with that. So yeah, it's gonna be called Troop Talk.
I meant to comment that being like, Troop what? And but then I was like so distracted by your like aesthetic today. I was like, she's so pretty.
You should for those videos like get those, you know, like the scout sashes.
Oh my gosh,
I'll buy
I
your
Bucket
sash.
hat.
I'll buy your merch. I will buy a sash.
Oh my gosh, I love it. It's great. I'll have patches and everything.
Yes.
It'll be so
I have a
great.
spam
Like,
patch.
here's the thing: you could go full out with that branding.
You could.
Yeah. I love it.
I
And
had
it's not
Girl
something-
Scouts as a kid.
So
So
no one ever has like a scouting type aesthetic on their channel that I've ever seen anyway.
they
Like,
gave me TBR Risk. They're giving you this.
I'm giving you scout. Wait,
Yeah, and
is
it's kind of-
wait, is
like
TBR Risk coming
TBR
This
Risk is coming.
for August?
I'm gonna vlog the creation process in August because I have some ideas, and then I'm going to use it to start going forward in September.
I am so excited about this. Yes.
But yeah, I'm gonna do those. I'm also gonna be so you know how like reading routine videos were like that cool thing that everybody is doing because it's so aesthetic and everything because routine videos are like a big thing. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna try people's reading routines and
Oh my
see.
gosh, that'd be so cool.
That's
really
amazing. I wanted to do that for a while, but I
Yeah.
haven't had a chance.
I
Yeah.
would like to say, Brie, that your morning routine video from 4 years ago showed up on my homepage today.
I don't know why they do this to me, but like, they have to pick the specific
older
video
one.
because like that's one of the videos that gets more views because it's a routine video.
morning routine.
Yeah.
I need to do new routine videos
Yeah.
Now that you're an adult.
for the sake of it, and like the fact that my life is completely different now than it was.
Oh, you know what you should do is you should review your own reading routine.
Oh my god,
I'm doing a
Yeah.
review.
You're
of my
like,
first
yeah,
ever
don't do that
video.
yes, but yeah, I'm doing like different people's reading routines. I want to continue to do that like after Veda 2, just because I think it's like it's fun to see like what of their routine I enjoy,
Mhm.
that kind of thing, but also like the similarities between people's routines and like what
Are
of
you ready
it
for mine?
an aesthetic thing and what of is like their actual like thing, you know.
Try mine first. Are you ready? You roll out of bed at the earliest possible opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get dressed until probably noon, but you've been awake
That's
since.
not right.
Okay.
It's a good vibe.
You definitely don't put on deodorant until you realize how bad you smell. You drink 4 cups of tea until you puke and then realize you need to eat because you had so much tea on an empty stomach.
Mhm.
You puke, eat some Tums, eat a bagel, put on Dr. Phil and read at the same time.
Okay.
You're gonna have to
I
do
would
it.
get so distracted between like I would get so sucked into Dr. Phil for a second. And then it got so boring.
That's exactly how it happens.
Mine is much easier, which is
You're
you
like-
tell yourself you're going to read as you're going to bed, and then you don't read.
Leonardo Dugo did what?
Literally.
And no matter how flat you make it, a pancake still has 2 sides.
We should do a recommending books to Dr. Phil video
Oh,
I love it.
or guests on Dr. Phil.
yeah.
love it. That would be so much fun.
Yes. I am trying to branch out in August and do some non-bookish content because after the end of April, I stopped watching BookTube for a few weeks, and I started watching like lifestyle vloggers and plus size like fashion vloggers, and I got very sucked into that. So I'm like going to try to do some of those videos, and then if they don't work, we'll blame it on Veda and never do it again.
I love
Like there are ways you
watching.
can work reading into those and like make it work with your channel
Well, I
aesthetic.
kind of did for Pride, and that was like my like little bridge into it
Yeah.
when I did my like Pride looks and queer books. So now we're just gonna do like a full on. This is how you style this piece of clothing.
Yeah.
But I feel like I need to address Mitchell for 1 second because I fully intended on continuing with my Skyrim series, except now every time I open Skyrim and my video recorder at the same time, it crashes Skyrim because Skyrim is so old. So we'll never know if I could have completed it on expert.
Sad days.
Yes, I have a couple of those in my sub feed too, which like I don't know how I'm so far behind, but clean with me videos. Literally the most motivational crap ever. And that's like the easiest video to do. You just turn your camera on and you clean for a few hours.
Yeah.
I love like watching queer commentary YouTubers make fun of people.
Yeah.
Who are like, I don't hate gay people, but you just shouldn't do this. And then, like, it's just a bunch of queer YouTubers being like, this dumb bitch. And I'm like, yeah.
Then why are you not on TikTok? Because that's like 90% of TikTok.
Don't like TikTok.
But that's 90% of it. Also, by the way, I made Derek download TikTok yesterday.
The longer you make a video, the more I'm going to like it, right, for commentary kind of stuff. So, like, what? Like, you know, like ContraPoints will drop a video that's like 2 hours long and I'll be like,
I can't do that. Short form content is where my brain is at.
And I hate when they start repeating. I'm like, oh no.
Oh no.
Dr. Phil episodes, 40 minutes a piece. Come on. Come on.
Okay, so we're going to do the content creator tag. If I can open it back up. If I can open it back up. Maybe. Okay, cool. All right, so this I found from a Book Olive. I think it's actually not a BookTube video. It's a YouTube video that Olive made bookish.
Same difference.
Same thing. Mm-hmm. Okay, so what made you decide to become a content creator?
I was going to make a supplement for my blog that I haven't touched since I started BookTube.
I think that's how mine was too.
I was watching a bunch of BookTube. I got really into BookTube. Here's what happened. One year I read all of the Canada Reads book. I had like a 2-year reading slump, and I read because of depression. Then I read all the Canada Reads books, and then I was like, I need more book recommendations. So I went on YouTube and Googled book recommendations, and I never really even watched much YouTube before. Then I watched so many booktubers, and I was like, I could do this. So I hadn't read a book in like 2 years. Then April read like a bunch of books. By June had a channel, and here I am.
I love that.
I actually started making videos because like on a separate channel. I had a different channel first. And it was
Bree Cat.
I had people asking me stuff all the time about hair and makeup stuff because I was not makeupless as often. But also I just like I almost went into cosmetology at that point, and like I was just doing hair and makeup stuff all the time. I still do it occasionally for like weddings and stuff, but it's not as big a part of my life now. But that's originally where I started, was because people ask me questions all the time and I wanted to be able to direct them somewhere.
A video.
Yeah, instead of having to talk to people, repeat the same thing over and over again, be like, look, just find all of my advice. Go find all of my ideas, like a collection, all of the things
So
that
you didn't have to keep repeating yourself.
Right.
Exactly.
But then there was like some drama came up in the beauty community, and I just like
You don't say.
Exactly. And I just realized very quickly that was not a community that I cared to be a part of anyway. So,
I like watching some of them, but most of them it's like, no thanks.
Yeah,
I like watching the drama tubers review them.
I just kind of got to a point where I was like, there are certain people that are always going to be big, and there are everybody else that is talented but is not them. So they're never going to get the same amount of attention that they could get for their abilities, and their content is good, but they're not involved in that same circle, and they're not involved in that same level of drama. And I just was like, nah.
I mean, you could say that about any niche of YouTube, because I feel like there's a lot, like it's with BookTube it's the same. Like you have a hard time getting to be one of the bigger channels.
That's
and
true, but I
BookTube
don't
is
think it's
smaller.
I don't think it nearly is.
Not nearly
not
as dramatic.
Yeah, and I feel like with BookTube, it's still like, there are some bigger BookTubers that interact with smaller
Yeah.
creators,
Right.
simply because they're good people and genuine, and they just want to have interaction and have friends, and like they're about friendship, not about numbers.
Well, that's why a lot of the BookTubers started their channels, because they were looking for.
Right.
I think that's part of what brings us together.
Mhm.
Yeah, but that's why I created this channel, to have just my name, and because I wanted to be able to create whatever I wanted. Because they always tell you that you need to have a niche, and you have to have like one particular area that you focus on. I didn't want to be in a box. I feel
like that's the advice that you're always given as a new YouTuber.
Exactly.
But I don't necessarily believe that it's true.
Yeah, because like just because you talk about one specific thing doesn't mean that other people that you watch your content would leave because you talk about other things sometimes. And you might actually find more interaction with people because you have similarities in other areas too.
Yeah.
Well, I think there are definitely, like, there's a reason that there are so many BookTube channels that are also AuthorTube channels, or they are also authors, because those two go really well together. So it doesn't have to be one thing.
Look at us, for example. We all became friends not just because of books, but because of Marvel and dogs and writing and
Disney first, I think.
Yeah. I think
that's also why vlogs have really changed in the last, like, even just like year or so. Because it used to be you would have a reading vlog, and you would read a book in that vlog, or multiple books or whatever, or they were, read-a-thon related. Whereas now people are doing, like, weekly vlogs are very popular, and they have lifestyle content in them.
Yeah.
Right, because you can include different areas of your life outside of that. And like that was one of the main things when I created this channel. I was like, I want to be able to make what I want when I want to, and not be limited. So like I started out with still doing some makeup related videos and like product related videos, stuff like that. But then I moved into adding in bullet journal stuff, and then I moved into adding in book stuff. And that did kind of become my main focus at the time. And so that's been my main focus for a while now.
Being like beauty YouTube
it was like such
it's forced to be a very expensive hobby too.
Mm-hmm.
Like with books, you can do that for free.
You
can't borrow makeup.
And you should, as a disclaimer, borrow makeup.
You should not.
No.
But if you're not a big creator, the companies aren't sending it to you. So
you're out a lot of money buying palettes and reviewing palettes.
That's so expensive.
Yeah, and granted, I was working at Ulta for a large portion of my channel existence. So, or like content actually.
You got a discount, but you didn't get it wasn't free.
I knew when the sales were coming up. I knew when I was going to get, good prices. I knew, how to manipulate my points and stuff. To be able to. I bought my Dyson entirely with points because I knew how to do it. I watched for when there was 5 times points on a brand, and I would get products from that brand. Then if I wanted products from them, then that's when I would do it. And so it was like I was able to save up that kind of stuff. So it worked out for me. But also at that point,
most people that doesn't work.
Exactly.
Right.
And I wasn't even talking about makeup stuff at that point anyway. And I just have a giant collection just for my own personal enjoyment more now.
Yeah.
But either way, I just kind of wanted to be able to talk to the universe. Whether or not people actually watch it or not, it doesn't really matter to me at this point. I just kind of wanted to be able to talk about and like have like a place to like say all these things. Whether or not it, was consumed by other humans was kind of like a side thing.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, I just want to talk about this and, put it somewhere. And I'm not going to write it all down on a piece of paper. So I'm going to make it in a video and I'm going to put it out there. And if people watch it, cool. If people don't, cool.
Right. Yeah.
Diary. Today on Evelyn Hugo, I was sad because it's a sad kind of ending. But also,
all right. What has been your proudest accomplishment to date
Cassie?
on your channel?
Probably. I know I did booktube beta last August. I did a lot of videos and did good, but I think doing the 12 Days of Margaret, that's really fun for me. And like,
Finally,
something
I'm
really
proud.
Well, and that's like a very, like, it's a very branded thing for you.
Yes. Actually, no, I'm going to go back. I should probably say, I'm going to say Vaultathon. I'm real, like it hasn't grown the way I wanted it to, but I really like the fact that it's still going and I still have content. Like, that's why I structured it the way I did. Cause I was like, I have content for years at this point. So the fact that I got Vaultathon off the ground and then it's something that happens, I like that.
Mhm.
So.
Very
And this.
I have two.
Not this. Avengers.
Yes.
Avengers. Oh my God.
Well, Avengers
Yeah,
would
that's
be
like the
one.
obvious one.
But that's not
Yeah.
a personal one. That's like a team effort.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, but I honestly, my biggest, this is going to get pretty gay. My biggest accomplishment is all the friends I meet along the way.
I love you too,
You didn't tell my
Christine.
answer.
But it's true though. Like I think of who I go to now. Like I think of where my life was in 2018 before I started, and I think of like who do I talk to now when I'm having a bad day? Like for fuck's sake, Sarah's in my phone as soulmate. Like okay, come on. Like you know what I mean? Like you guys are such a big part of my life, and my life would be significantly worse without you all. So it's like,
And, yeah, like, oh my God. And also, like, I still love my friends that I grew up with. I don't want to, like, not be friends with them, but a lot of the insecurities that I have with them, I don't have with y'all.
Right.
because we came into this as adults and we
did. And, like, I know you chose to be here versus...
I don't know. You guys just tell me when to show up. But.
my shirt is I just filmed an entire video with my shirt uneven.
Well, my pants were inside out last night. So.
Anyways,
like now when you're editing it, it's the only thing you're going to be able to know.
Our communication is much easier. Like the time that you accidentally unfollowed me, I was like, Christine, what happened? Because I knew that it would be like, if it was something that would cause you to consciously unfollow me, it's something that like, no, I need to apologize and be better about.
Right. I think my favorite time was when I came out to you, Margaret, and like I was coming out to a few people in my life and they were like, what? Bisexuality? And I was like, Margaret, I'm bi. And you were like, I already knew that. Was I supposed to not know that? And I was like, oh, good. And I was like, oh my God, she knows me better than all my lifelong friends.
I feel like you mentioned it in your videos something.
Were you already out when I met you? Because I feel like I would have, got.
I'm pretty sure you were, Christine, because you two met.
I never said it though, because
because I just definitely just got bi vibes from you.
Oh yeah, no, they've always been there. And I think
if you would have been like, yeah, I'm bi, I would have been like, and.
But that was what it was. And but like when I told my friends, they were like, really? Like my real life friends, like. And my mom was like, are you sure you're not just a lesbian? Like, lots of people were like, bisexual. Like, when I got this bi tattoo, my family was like, is she trans? Like, people just didn't know. like,
that's so funny, though, because, I mean, I was a theater kid, so I was always, regardless of what my beliefs on homosexuality were, I was always okay with being around the LGBT community because that was my college experience.
Right.
But it would have been a slightly different reaction like a year before we met or 2 years before we met.
But then we met each other at the right time. So
yeah.
And it was just knowing
I don't remember you having to come out to me.
I did. I said, because we were talking about like secrets or something, and I like messaged you in a group chat, and then I messaged you in a private chat. I was like, here's a secret. I'm bi. And you're like, that's not a secret. Like, and I was like, cool.
My reaction was probably shit. Was that supposed to be a secret? I thought you were
but I know some people wouldn't like it that way, but for me, it was like, oh, everybody else is queer here too. Like everybody's like somewhere on the spectrum of like just like not like straight, allo cis het you know, and very, very cool. You guys have never asked me any dumb shit about being poly or anything. Like, first people in my life, like, just how would that work around children? Like, and just, yeah.
My stance is I don't need to understand it. I just need to respect it. Like, that goes for like sexuality. That goes for
anything,
gender,
literally anything.
anything.
When you understand or agree with anything in life, it doesn't matter. You don't have to have the same values or beliefs.
The only thing I will ever judge you for is if you get a backyard bred dog.
Yeah, that's
literally
okay.
that's it.
Yeah.
I will judge
gender
you
is
for
dog.
driving terribly as well. Like, if you don't know the driving rules in Florida, I'm judging.
That's fair. But like, like your lifestyle, that's more of a like in the moment thing where I will just call you dumb.
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
if
You choose to be really ignorant.
only
about dogs.
judging you as a human, only reason.
as long as you're not causing harm to people, then I don't care what your choices are.
For
Like,
real.
get in the right lane and you're fine.
I agree with you. That is irrelevant. And then unless you're asking me my genuine opinion because you want to know or because you're, asking questions to try to figure out your life, that's one thing. But, otherwise you don't even need to know if I agree or disagree anyway. Like, that's irrelevant. I don't have to tell you that,
That's so sad.
Like,
I'm glad that you know that it's not, and that you
Yeah.
are supporting her, because it's definitely not a phase.
Mhm.
as stressful as the last, 10 years have been, I can't imagine how much more stressful they would be if I were not straight. Like, that's not something my parents would ever know about me at this point.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, that may not have been the best way to word it, but
Yeah, sorry.
My mom-
but like
My
from
mom's going to
your
buy a bi
family-
flag.
Yeah.
My mom's going to hang a bi flag at her house.
I'm just glad that she feels comfortable doing that. That's what I'm saying is I am glad that she's able to do that.
It's different.
That's
It's
big.
There's definitely still people in my family that when I told them that I was going to Pride, it was like, yeah, you're a great ally. And I'm like, yeah.
Yes, I am. ALLY. That's me.
And I'm like, but you're also over 60, and I'm not going to have this conversation.
I'm not out to my grandparents, but I did say at the dinner table, I'm like, oh no, I won't be having children. What if one of them was straight? And my grandma didn't pick up on it.
I love that. I love that.
We love
But
that.
okay, but going back to an accomplishment and just from a technical standpoint, let's talk about how the fact that there are over 100 people in our Avengers Discord.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that freaking Discord.
Huge.
So great.
It's huge. Like when we thought back in September of 2020, and we were like, hey, this would be a fun. My initial thought was, this is a lot of work for the 5 of us to do.
I knew there would be more than the 5 of us, but not by much. I wasn't expecting it by much.
We
I knew Rich would
10
join.
and then 20 people, and I was like, oh, this is going to be a really good readathon. Carrie being one of those wonderful people in the Discord.
Oh, that makes me so happy.
I love that.
That's amazing.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so glad, and I'm really happy your daughter's able to be herself and come out to you and hopefully feel safe.
All right, next question. Do you struggle with social media? I mean, who doesn't?
Yes.
Who doesn't?
We were talking about TikTok earlier, right?
I feel like it depends on what you mean by struggle with. Because if you mean spending too much time on it, then the only place I spend too much time is watching YouTube videos.
Right.
But I, for the longest time, have been the worst about actually interacting. So I've watched videos for forever. I have certain channels that I've watched since the beginning, but I so rarely interacted that
they really have no idea who we are.
Yeah. So it's you're my best friend, but you don't know you're my best friend because I haven't told you.
Right.
So
I'm the thing because I have I just put everything into a watch later, and then I just run that playlist while I'm working.
Yeah.
And you should probably comment on something, but I just let things play. And I think that's why my channel has stagnated a little bit, because I'm I'm not interacting with these people. They probably forget that I exist.
that's one of the things I've been trying to start focusing on more over the past like 2 years. Like when I first signed up for Vaultathon, that was one of the reasons, was like I need to interact with people, I need to like build friendships, and like now I'm here and I have started doing that, and I'm like, hey, look at me go doing things.
Yeah,
things I'm meant to do. Wow, what a concept.
I struggle with consistency on
Yeah.
like Instagram, because I'll go like a whole week and not post anything, and then post every single day.
Yeah.
And Twitter, I just struggle with not waking up and choosing violence.
My Twitter is a shit post.
Yes, exactly. That's what my Twitter is, where I go to flail and talk about the things that are important to me. But there's no plan behind it.
Yeah.
I struggle with being consistent. I used to know how to do Twitter really well, and I just don't anymore.
I've never known how to do Twitter well.
Yeah,
I don't want to.
Video.
I don't know that I want to.
Well, because I got on Twitter when it was early,
and I don't consistently post anywhere.
Right.
So like Instagram, I haven't consistently actually consumed content, nor have I consistently posted content.
I'm trying to merge all three of them and like use them to promote each other.
Right.
Like, so you can have an Instagram post that doesn't look like, the thing is with Twitter, like you obviously know you're promoting your video, but with Instagram, you can take a picture that doesn't look like it's promoting anything until you read the caption.
Yeah.
I do social media for my job. I do Instagram mostly, but I also help with Facebook and LinkedIn content generation, as well as article. I do so many articles. So I really take that seriously, and I take my dog's Instagram very seriously, because I want my dogs to always look hardworking and fit and healthy and like a good representation of the breed and the breeder. My own personal Instagram is just a lot of pictures of me sleeping with my dogs on top of me. So like just being asleep, and then there's Briar's head. Yeah.
I'm not complaining.
Yeah, so it's one of those things where I take my YouTube very seriously. I take my dog's Instagram very seriously, but then everything else is just kind of for fun.
Right. Mm-hmm. No. And that's a healthy place to be.
Yeah. The only thing I have anything resembling consistency on now is BookTube. I was very consistent on Instagram there for a while, and I'm trying to get back there. Twitter, I'm on every day, obviously, but like I'm not really, like, I want to get better about promoting other people's videos. Yeah. And then I've gotten back into watching BookTube. I'm not as good as I used to be, because I can't spend 8 hours a day watching BookTube. But I watch, and then I'm bad at work, because I will stop, because I watch on my phone. So I will stop and I will comment at least a little something. I've started at least leaving like a purple heart emoji, so they know that I watched it and that I was there, because that drives engagement and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's the hardest thing, is when you get a video and no one responds to it.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some people that are amazing on Twitter about like helping, like promoting other people. Like I can almost guarantee every single time that I post a video, like a link to my video, Victoria retweets it like within an hour.
I have to see it to retweet it. If I see it, I will.
And I'm just like, I feel bad, because like I'm like, oh, everyone, they're retweeting mine. Like I need to go back and like retweet theirs, even though like I have 500 followers and they're probably all the same people.
That's also how I feel. I have such a small Twitter following, and also some like my university mentor follows me on Twitter.
Right.
So he sees all this shit I post. Oh my god! Maybe tweeting like a naked drawing of Bucky, and probably Christopher like.
You know what? If they don't like it, they can mute you.
Yeah,
he's my landlord, my mentor, my friend, and he knows what I tweet.
I do watch videos consistently, and I think part of that is because, like when I'm not reading and I take a break from reading, then I'll watch a video.
Yeah.
But also because, like, since I now have YouTube Premium, then I download stuff that I can without really looking at the screen at all. Like wrap-ups, you can listen to it and know what they're talking about without having to see it. Or like hauls, even you can listen to it and you don't have to watch the screen at all. So like, or discussion videos, things like that. So I, on my 30-minute drive to work.
You are not wrong.
Work.
My company got rid of our Twitter. for that
So I
reason.
have hours worth of time that I can listen to videos every day.
I do the same thing. I like people probably shouldn't do this, but like if I'm not listening to an audiobook, I will like set a playlist for a few videos so that way like I don't have to touch it. I'm not touching my phone, but I will play.
I have
but that's part of the reason why like I don't end up commenting. So then I have to like remember to go back and comment.
Yeah, that's why I like the downloads, is because then it shows me if I've watched it, but then I can go back.
Oh, I should try that because I have premium. John does. John comments on like every single one.
Then it has it as
Nice.
so you don't use any data when you watch them. So I just download videos as they pop up in my notifications. I'll just go ahead and download them.
I have-
watch.
I don't pay.
I have Wi-Fi at work, so it doesn't matter, and we have unlimited data at this point.
I was like, I don't pay for my phone bill. It's unlimited.
I try to be helpful with that. I don't currently, but I will be possibly. I don't know. We haven't decided what I'm going to do for Wi-Fi. If I'm going to keep the Wi-Fi we have, or if I'll switch to my own phone plan and just do unlimited data and do it that way. We'll figure it out.
Do you know that we don't have unlimited data in Canada? That's not a thing we offer.
Wow. No, I definitely have. Well, it's attached to our work line that has like hundreds of lines. So like I'm pretty sure they're getting it for like super cheap anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
Next question.
What frustrates you the most about your own content?
Ooh.
Me. I'm in it. Did you know that?
I'm in it.
So
I feel that.
for me, it was that I couldn't do a lot of the stuff that I wanted to do because I was in a crappy editing program. So that's been my biggest frustration with my own content, is that editing has been so hard and difficult for me for like going on almost 4 years at this point. So I don't know what my biggest frustration will probably be, that I don't get watch time soon, because that's my second biggest one, that like people don't enjoy my videos enough to watch them, I guess. But like, yeah, like that would be my biggest frustration. It's the only thing about my content that really frustrates me. The editing.
You being a tiny booktuber is the one thing in booktube that makes no sense with the timeline.
Hello.
Because you emanate like big booktuber vibe.
Well, I didn't join until 2017, the very end.
Maybe
So
maybe that's why. But like I don't know, like you're just like you have the because like you're a theater kid, so you have that like spunk and like energy that some of the Prue's project has.
You haven't hung out with me in person since we became friends. So
Right.
like that's the energy that I have when I'm hanging out with my friends.
Yeah.
Like that's the exact energy. Like I'm able to turn it on real easy.
Well,
when
yeah.
I'm kid, but that's my energy.
even just from your videos, you have like that. Like just if you were someone that I just found without knowing, like I would have thought, like if your subscription count was hidden, I would have not thought you were under 1K.
Yeah.
Anywhere close. So I don't know what's going on. I mean, is working against you.
Yeah, I don't know. I think, well, one of the things, and this is if there's anyone in the audience that's wanting to start a booktube channel, one of the things I did that really hurt me is I did the booktube newbie 2.0 tag instead of the normal booktube newbie tag. I think if I had done the booktube newbie tag, I would have done like that. And I was also still a little baby conservative, Margaret, when I started my channel.
Yeah, maybe that's like
Like-
no one on booktube is conservative.
Like she wasn't dumb enough to vote for Trump, but there were still some things. Everybody's gay.
Everyone's gay. Okay.
People only exist outside.
So my frustration for my channel would be that conceptualization does not equal execution.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have these like grand ideas of a video content, and then either Books and Lala will do it, and then I can't do it.
Dude, same. She steals all my greatest ideas.
I'm like, I have been working on this for 2 months, but now if I do it, it's gonna look like I'm copying her.
That's why I tell people when I start projects.
Well, yeah, but like I don't know. So there's
Not
that.
like Books and Lala is gonna hear you though if you say that.
I'm just like, I don't care if someone else has done it. Like
Yeah.
with one of the tags that's coming out, the end of the year TBR tag. I don't care that Ariel Bissett has done a tag that's like that. Mine is different. Like it's got a different focus. So
I'm just gonna like lean into it, and I've now like Lala has done like a book list for like, you know, read this for your Enneagram or read this for your Zodiac, and I'm just gonna take her recommendations and do a video on it.
Nice.
And I'll be like, are you right?
I like it.
But yeah, I have these big ideas, but then they don't like they look great in my head. And I'm like, oh, I can edit it this way. And then like I actually do it. And I'm like, this is shit. So that's my frustration.
That's kind of like when I was filming a video while grooming my dogs and I clipped Cassie's nail to the quick and it bled everywhere on camera. That's the video that will never be.
I always feel so bad. I'm just like, I'm sorry. I love you.
She did go like, ugh. So I'm going to blame her on that one. But
Sam
also
the worst. Oh my gosh, it is a nightmare because you know he's this big, but he will refuse to allow you to get anywhere close to his nails. It's been a process.
This is why when he was a puppy, I messed with Doyle's paws so much to the point that I now play with them and he falls asleep.
that's funny. Susie,
you're right, Jessica. The algorithm is fickle.
Was the size like I had a medium-sized dog. She was 45 pounds. You would have thought she was a 100-pound dog by the way that she was able to fight off 3 grown humans trying to cut her nails. We didn't cut her nails very often, but like we have really rough sidewalks outside, so just walking her usually kept them worn down enough that she was fine.
Yeah.
So
I would say for my content, I don't know. I guess mainly just because one thing is that I have all these ideas, but because things end up getting pushed back, with my consistency being a little bit meh, I've gotten better. This year I've been probably one of the better years for me, even with, you know, a couple of months being off kilter a bit. It's still been more consistent, I feel like, than I have been like more long-term consistent than I have been like a longer period of consistency, if that makes sense. But because of that, like I have these ideas, but I never get around to executing them because I'm like trying to get these things done first or whatever, or because like the timing is not great because I'm busy with other things at the time that, you know, I would want to do those videos. And so it doesn't work in that way. That, and also again, because, you know, like I've been terrible about interacting and doing the, you know, building a community part, that's probably the biggest reason why my channel has maintained its minimal size.
I was gonna say I saw your sub count and I was like, how is she here?
Yeah, it's just because I like it's not the content or like my editing or anything like that.
It's not your editing.
No.
Because I just go for that. Like, I know what I'm doing there. It's the lack of.
We all saw your Avengers announcement. Like,
the lack of
I know that would happen last year, but that should be your most like amazing accomplishment because that video was so good. I don't even know. Like, I don't even know how you did it.
Yeah, neither do I. You did go to film school though, so
yeah, it's kind of you know, like it's you know, I put the effort forth in.
Yeah.
Sometimes honestly, I'm still pretty lazy. Like in my vlogs, I choose a specific thing for all of my montages, like a specific theme of effects, and I just pull that and use it for the rest of my montages within that video. And I'm just
wrong with that.
Copy and paste. Use the same thing across the whole thing.
Well, if you ever watch my vlogs, you probably would recognize this chair or my bed where I always vlog from, where I'm like, I didn't want to wake up today.
I mean, so I have a specific vlog set up for a reason.
But I don't think there's anything wrong with that because it looks like your brand.
Yeah,
but I would say
it looks like my full day.
Yeah. I would say the biggest issue I have is not necessarily the content itself so much as like my marketing. I haven't put any effort towards marketing myself in any way. Like I haven't been building that area, and that's why I'm where I'm at, is because like as much as I enjoy making content, like the actual doing of the other parts, like I just put it off and I say I'll get there eventually and I'll take care of
Well, this has been good for you, right? Like the Avengers.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's put me in a position where I'm like interacting with people a lot more, even if it's not like super specific to like pulling them into my channel or like
They know who you are.
Yeah. Exactly. I'm like building interaction and like, you know, they're getting to know my personality a little bit, getting to know my name a little bit so that I'm, you know, able to you know, do that more. And again, that's something that it's just I have to get in the right mindset of it's part of what I need to do to actually like build, because like my thing is like I don't really care if I get to ever be like a big person or anything. It's not that. It's like I want to start building a community. I want to have friends. And so like when I started with Vaultathon and then I did the second round that or third, I don't remember. One of the rounds that came up with the idea for when we came up with the idea for Avengers and everything, and that like kind of led to me being like, okay.
Round 5. That was round 5. Meet the Robinsons.
Yeah. And so then it was like, okay, now I'm starting to like interact with people and like figuring out a little bit of you know, how I can do that without it being like obnoxious. Like
because participation is the best way for that.
Yeah.
Participation and interacting with people in their comment sections.
Right. Exactly.
Like I know I met you through Vaultathon.
Okay.
I met Brianna at BookTube Veda and like not BookTube at BookCon and followed her BookTube Veda. But like Christine, we're friends because I found one of her videos somehow and then commented on it. And because I commented on Christine's video, Christine came and looked at my videos and suddenly we're following each other.
Right.
It's true. So, if you back in the early days, if you just commented on my video, I was like, subscribe. Like,
yeah.
I found
and I still am.
I found your bookmark from BookCon the other day, and I was like, oh,
baby,
shit! I need to get new ones. I'm going to BookNet Fest next month.
I would say that, like I said, it's not the content; it's my effort towards marketing and like building connections, which I'm bad about that in real life. Like my best friend is my sister and my other best friend is my dad. So that is my circle.
What are real life friends?
Yeah. Like I used to have a lot of friends, but like once I'm not around those people, then I didn't like if I'm not there at work, then I don't really communicate with those people outside of work. Like I don't make plans to go hang out with them. I don't make, you know, like text them all the time and tell them about this and such thing that happened. Like it's not like that for me because like
I have object permanence with people.
Yeah.
I have those
100%.
Yeah.
Like I live 30 minutes away. I lived 30 minutes away from my school from kindergarten on. So that was a barrier, was just the distance, but also like just my mom was very protective of if she didn't know their parents, then she didn't want me to go to their house because she didn't want me to.
They might bake you into a castle.
See, I was homeschooled, so all the parents knew each other.
It was like safety. She was very protective in that way, which I understand, but also it did make it harder for me to like understand how to like go hang out with people. So when I got to the age where I could do that on my own, like I didn't really do it because I was like, wait, how does this work? Like, what do you do?
Let's hang out together. You don't have to say one word to me. We can just hang out in one building and do our own thing. And I'll be like, that was great.
Right, yeah.
That's literally me and my sister, though. We'll sit on FaceTime and just do stuff, and we're not even talking.
Yeah.
Like maybe randomly commenting about what we're doing. But
this is why productivity streams. This is why productivity streams or like hangouts and stuff where we just are so like they're so popular, but they're so much fun, right?
Yeah.
Like I have like one friend like that's like a work friend, but she lives south of the office and I live way north of the office. And so like there will never be a time where we hang out outside of work.
Yeah.
Because like it would be an hour drive for one of us.
My best friend in real life right now, we just do dog stuff.
Exactly.
It's dog training, driving to dog stuff, driving her to dog training, talking about dogs, training dogs, talking about dogs, and that's it. But then we also bring other things into it, like our lives into it. But it's like mostly just we're like two people that really support each other's dog goals.
Yeah. Okay. But going back to like your struggle, Brie, of marketing, I think that Veda will be a good chance for you to kind of stretch those muscles a little bit. Because you're doing so much of it. So if it's not perfect, that's okay because you're experimenting. And then when you get out of August, you will find a way to do it. And then you've kind of found that routine or system that feels a little better. But like during Veda, you're doing so much of it, you're going to desensitize yourself.
When you said it doesn't have to be perfect, my brain automatically like went to Brie, like about to type a comment, like, what do I say? You're ugly. Post. Like, don't worry if it's not perfect. You can cyberbully once or twice, and it won't come back to bite you.
I don't mean that.
I
mean like when you're tweeting about your video that went out.
Well, like right now, my tweets about my video is pretty much like the link and like maybe a hashtag or two. Like I don't really do a lot of like captioning or anything. And like same thing, I haven't been posting sharing when I do a video onto my Instagram. So like stuff like that I'm just not consistent. Like I used to, but then like and so
me too.
Consistency.
The other thing that I found helps on Twitter specifically is don't just post the link, but post the image
The
of
thumbnail.
your thumbnail.
Yeah.
Because like especially on like if people are scrolling on their phone, it actually won't show up. It'll just show up as a hyperlink, and people will scroll past that.
Yeah.
And also that image is going to be a lot more visually appealing than the little YouTube box.
That's smart. I haven't done that.
So anyway, well, that was the tag, and that's all I have for you guys today. Now that we've been talking for an hour and a half, it's
Okay.
All right. So, anything you would like to plug? I know that like some videos have already gone out today. Some not. I don't know.
Breeze has.
My TBR goes up at 4:30.
Okay. Very exciting.
So
I'm pretty much between noon and 12:30 every day, depending on which one I scroll to first.
I'm trying to be if I can stay ahead of the game, I'm gonna try to post them at the same time every day, which is gonna be 8 a.m. my time. We'll see if that works. But apparently, I was reading, and I don't know if this is accurate, but consistency is beyond just your day, but also
your time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, within like a 2-hour window, you want to try to do it the same time every day.
And I figure with everybody working from home right now, during the workday isn't a terrible idea.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
I am playing with my times a little bit to kind of find hot spots and sweet spots because there are, internet, and this is, part of my education is, the internet has hot spots and hot times that everybody is on their phone. Like it's just a thing that people do at certain points in their day. First thing in the morning, they turn off their alarm and then they have their phone in their hand. So they're
scrolling
the internet.
Mm-hmm.
The lunchtime, after a few minutes into it, not right away, not right at noon, noon 15 or so. You're looking at they've gotten their food and now they're sitting down with it and now they're about to eat. And so then they have their phone. And then you look at, 7, 6, more like 7 to 8 is a mini hotspot because people are like sitting down to eat dinner. So then they're looking at their phone. But then you get to like between 9 p.m. and midnight. And that's when you get people watching long videos because that's when people are laying in bed, avoiding going to sleep.
Well, and it also depends on
you have to have a certain amount of traffic.
Yeah.
mine usually was about noon, but it will, like YouTube, if you get enough traffic on your channel, YouTube will tell you if you're doing things daily, you want to post it this time. If you're doing things weekly, you want to post it on this day at this time.
And if you're doing things daily 3 times a day, stop.
Just stop.
Yeah, but I'm kind of.
Could you imagine videos every day?
Yeah.
I mean, if
Do
I
any
had
of you
enough time
follow
for that,
When I first started my channel, I was listening to this podcast by not like a booktuber. It was like just an actual YouTuber. And they were like, you should put out 45 videos in the first 2 weeks. And I was like,
No.
what? No, that doesn't work.
I was like,
Nope.
excuse me. And they
You're
were
gonna
like,
get
because otherwise, if you only have 2
emotionally affected
videos,
anyway.
no
Yeah.
one will stay on your channel because they can't, they don't have more stuff to watch. And I was like,
No.
okay,
Thank you,
No.
Carrie, for reminding me that I should do that.
yes.
Yes. Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why I did the Discord, because I was like, because in the past I was always trying to search the hashtag, and that's sometimes not easy because either I forget to put the hashtag in the video somewhere, or like the way that you can't do the most recent.
Yeah, it doesn't let you
look up on the most recent. It just populates from the videos. So the Discord was how we could find new videos.
Yeah.
I love that idea. And I like that they're by topic too, because I'm like more likely to watch a wrap up than a haul or
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like watching hauls to some extent, but like they're like those are one of the ones that go when I'm calling my my watch later. I'm like, these are videos I'm not. TBRs are the first to go.
Right. Like if
Then
I only have
hauls,
2
I'm a
hours.
specific haul.
Yeah.
But like they get so much watch time.
Oh, that's why I'm excited for my Shop With Me one, because
Oh,
I go to the
those
library, I go to
Shop With
Indigo.
Me's are like the new book haul because those are getting so much traffic.
Well, a bitch can go to Indigo every week and just not buy something.
Well, that's why I started doing. I was like, I'm gonna do like a grocery shop with me. I'm gonna do IKEA shop with. Like, we're gonna see how far we can.
Concept.
So interesting to me.
Video idea. What books are at the grocery store?
I actually did purchase Little and Lion from the bookstore.
Oh, I have
Walmart Dogmart has good
I purchased House of Hate. No, I purchased Blood of Olympus from Publix because I knew from my friend who works at Barnes & Noble that Publix is awful about honoring strict on sale dates. So they will have stuff up as soon as they get it. So I knew they would have Blood of Olympus early, and I went to my Publix to see if they had it, and they did.
I know Indigo will screw that up.
That would be an interesting video idea because generally they have really, really weird books.
Yeah.
That would be an interesting vlog.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go buy 3 books from Publix and read them.
Like Dollar General is a really interesting place to look at books too. I have to say. Now I have got some good books from Dollar General. Like when I first got Big Little Lies, I got it from there, and it was before I had really heard a lot about Leanne Moriarty. Like I had seen the cover before, so I was kind of interested. But then after I purchased it, then Zoe, shout out to good old Read by Zoe. We miss her in life. But she did a vlog for like one of her like impromptu readathons, and she was reading that at the time. Like she didn't read much of it during that vlog, but I was like, wait, I just bought that from the dollar store because it sounded interesting.
Right.
Because it was like $4.
This is why the hauls are great. My unhaul, just so you know, is going to be massive. I have a stack of books over here with some very popular authors. Essentially, my 14-year-old nieces are going to be living their best life. So I'm like, I'm not. I already gave them my Aurora Rising books. And I'm like, hey, it's signed by the author. And they're like, oh, that's so cool. And I'm like, I have Illuminate now. But anyways, I don't know where Christine went, but that's all I got now.
Going back.
Christine's back.
I was waiting to wrap up because you were like, "That's all I have" earlier, and I was like,
well, then we started talking again.
I was like, I really have to pee, so I'm just gonna run away.
I mean, this is pretty normal for us, but anyways.
Yeah, I know, but I was like, that's why I knew. I was like, I gotta pee now.
If the stream doesn't start ending at least 2 to 3 times before it actually ends, then it's not a real stream.
It's not.
The stream was fake. It
We are
was
the
a lie.
ultimate conversation derailers. Like, it's a superpower at this point.
Right.
Okay.
All right. But anyways, good luck to you guys during Veda and everyone that's in the comments that is doing Veda. The Discord link is down below if you don't know what I'm talking about, or if you just want to watch all of the content in Discord. That's great too. But yeah, that's linked down below. My TBR is going up tomorrow because this counts as my day one of BookTube
Wise choice.
benefit of creating the project, I get to do that.
My tomorrow's video is going to be my first time doing the mid-year freakout tag.
Ooh,
Because everybody does it every year, and I've never done it.
very nice.
So I'm going to do it.
A month
Well,
late.
I mean, I did do it, but you'll see it tomorrow.
I'm just waiting for Margaret's. That's the only tag I'm gonna do, I think. But
Oh, my end of the year book tag? Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. I can send you guys the questions.
Oh yeah, no, I do need that. Oh,
Yeah.
now I have a spot for it because I was gonna do this tag as a video.
Oh,
Now I
nice.
have a spot for yours. But anyways, that's
Yeah,
all
it's a very like choose your own adventure tag.
very cool. Okay, well, Categories is coming up tomorrow, so you should watch that and see if I die because in April I had a lot of books and Veda, so we'll see how it did in August. But anyways, thank you all for watching. Everyone's linked down below.